Hello and welcome to another update for the Nikomedias Scene Rig Pro. We are now in the version 4.1 and I made some additions and I hope you will like it. And of course some bug fixes and everything else. Okay, let's start. The first thing what I want to say is some people wrote me emails and said that Nikomedias Scene Rig does not work correctly. And then I tell them all the times they should send me the scene, and so I can have a look about it and see what's wrong. Okay, and it's always the same mistake they do. And I show you what it is. If you import the Nikomedias Scene Rig, let's say you imported it as you know it, and now sometime they decide, no, I don't need it at the moment, and just delete it. Okay, nice, it's away. But it's not away, it's not really away, because if you just delete this null object, you still have the layers, and if you make the layer visible, you still have all the textures in here. Of course, if you see nothing now, you think, okay, it's all fine, and now I want it again. Okay, put it in, and then no, I don't need it, and delete it, and now I want it again, check. And what you have now is you inserted it the Nikomedias Scene Rig 3 times. Look at the layer, you have 3 times the layers, make all visible, you have 3 times the textures, and this is the reason that sometimes the Nikomedias Scene Rig don't work anymore correctly. So now I made a small script for people who want to delete the rig. It's just make a new scene here. Okay. So I delete the scene, the rig now. I insert the rig now. And make everything visible so we can see it. We have everything here. We have the rig, we have all the objects and everything. And if I want to delete now the rig, just click on the new, of course you have to install this script, but you have everything in the file I sent you per email. Yeah, the email will come in the, with the link to the new version will come in the next couple of hours. Of course, the email comes just to the people who bought the rig, and yeah, and you will see in the email in this file you have everything how you install the scripts and everything. Okay, now just hit on the delete rig button, and now everything is gone. So we have no layers anymore, no textures anymore, no nothing. And if you insert the rig now, you see we have just these 2 layers and we have just these textures here. Delete it again and insert it again, delete it again and insert it again, delete it, insert, and you see we have just these 2 layers and nothing else. So now it shouldn't be this problem anymore. So okay, now I deleted this. And you see if I have 2 scene rigs inside, just hit it twice and it deletes everything, every textures, everything. Okay, now go in the rig. Normally we don't delete it, so but I deleted it too. So, and yeah, and the same I did with the softbox. The softbox has the same. If you insert the softbox, you have layers and textures. And with the softbox is the same now. And if you delete the softbox, just click on delete softbox and that's it. Okay. Next thing. Here, where is my list? Here's my list. Delete that's done. So yes, and I made some minor thing in the camera tab. Now we have some crosshairs. Some people wrote me if I can do this. I myself don't need it really. But maybe sometime we'll see. We have here now crosshairs, so if I click on the crosshairs, you will see we have here one, and so you can be sure I have my floor now exactly in the middle or something else. as I said, maybe maybe it's something you can need. And yeah, this is now for 69, for 3 and 1 1 in the aspect ratio, and of course in the black version too. This is this for people who need it. You have it now. The next thing is, yeah, the biggest thing, and a thing I'm proud about. I'm really proud about, and it was a lot of work for me. For other people, maybe it's make first other thing. We have in the HDRI settings, we have now additional gamma settings here for the lighting and for the reflections. If you need it, some people wrote me they need it. It's here now. And yay, what is the next? Next is, yes, the biggest thing I do a little later. Next thing is we had here the turbulence. If we go to let's render this, make this little, so okay, so we see it better. In the earlier version, so until 4.0, the gradient turbulence here worked just on the background, so it was supposed, the turbulence was just supposed without floor, because with floor, don't know why, but now it works on the floor too. Now the gradient turbulence, if you make it, it works with the floor too. So we have here the floor on off, you see no difference. And now this is this. The next thing is, what is the next thing? Let's see, I'm on list. Okay, well, I had in the softbox, I had a small problem because I forgot. Every time when you imported the softbox, you have an octane setting inside, and if you don't have octane, it gives you an error message. This is fixed too. Yeah, now let's go to my favorite thing. Let's make a small scene here. Nothing heavy, just a cube. Put it on the floor. You will have every plugins or scripts you will have in the description of this video, so every download link you need and everything. So, and make the cube, give it a little fillet, and that's it. We don't need here some texture or something else. Make the background a little darker. So here we go back to the default settings. Make the background here a little darker, and let's see what we get. Yeah, as expected, we have this now. And now we know we can give this our floor reflections. Go to reflection strength and go way up. We have now the reflections and we have our blur. Everything works fine, everything works like we wanted. And now I have a new thing, and it's called the wet floor. I go with my reflection blur all the way up. Make this a little, close this, and open the wet floor. And now I have here wet floor on off, and when I turn it on, we get this. We get some puddles here, and this is great, as I think. And now we can play. You can play with this hours and hours, believe me. So let's go to the contrast and make it. I don't want these hard edges here. Go a little down with the contrast here, and you get nice edges. And I don't want it like this. I would want it a little stretched in the x-axis. So go to the relative scale. X, Y, and Z is this. So in the first one, the X go up here. Let's say to 500 or something else. And we get these very nice pedals. Of course, you can take every noise you want. You can, let's say I want to please the Turbulence. And you see how nice this looks. It's just great. And now you can play with the octaves. It means how detailed the noise is. And with 5 is okay. We can go to 20. We see one see many. Or we see a difference. But let's stay with 5 for the moment. Of course, you can play with the seat, so you have every time the pedals on another place. You see, that works great. Let's make them a little smaller in the global scale, and it looks just nice. See, okay. And here with the cycles you can make it even smaller. Let's give it 2 cycles, so you get 5 cycles. You see how nice this looks, and go down with the contrast. Oops. You see, you can play with this really hours. I'll go with the cycle spectrum now. High and low clip is almost the same like the contrast here. But we can say I want more pedals, I want less pedals or something. I go up with my low clip here. I have just water. Go down with the high clip. I have very small pedals here. So as I said, you can play. And that's not all. What we have even more, let's play a little with the octaves. Let's stay with 5. And let's play with the seed something. Yeah, that looks nice. And this is not all, as I said, and we can have here now bump on off. If we turn the bump on, we get real pedals, we get real higher. You see in the higher parts it's almost dry, and then in the lower parts we have water in it and something else. So that's really I think a really nice thing. Maybe that's a little too much, so 5 is enough here. Yeah. Because 10 was okay too, so. And if you say, I want to see more of it, you can go to the HDRI settings and can play with the fill light. And you see, we have even more here. Of course, the cube will be brighter. But with the texture, then it works better. Let's make a nicer thing, so I can show you the next thing too. Go to the background and for the moment turn off the bump. Turn off here everything, wet floor. So we have this. I just want to show you the next thing. I made a setting for a collider. So the people asked me to make the floor can make the floor a collider, so we can play with dynamics. And this is possible now too. You see, if we give now our cube rigid body tag, so simulation rigid body, go up a little bit and hit play, it falls through our floor. And now if we go to our scene, go to the collider, on, and whoops, we get this. And not even, let's make another scene, a small scene. I put the cube in a Voronoi fracture, Mogra Varinoe fracture. I do it a little faster now, but if you want a tutorial for Varinoe fracture or something, you will find many on the internet. And if you don't find this one you like, so please write me, and I will see if I can do something special for you. And okay, so Varinoe fracture, and I have here the fractures. I want more. So go to the pointers here, and let's say 200. Whoops. Okay, that's nice. And give the rigid body tag to the Varinoe fracture. Here I need applied on children and all. Okay. Now we should have a fractured object on our floor. Let's do, whoops, and we have this fracture. But it's very slippery, as you see, so that the floor is very slippery. And this I don't want. So I go to my settings, and here we have the bounce friction as you know it, and go with the friction up to, let's say, 150, and again. And now we have a nice thing here. Okay, and now let's make a nice scene with wet floor and everything else. Let's go back here. Let's give this, go here to G, and G is just one frame forward, and I want just, yeah, this, the brakes. Okay, then what I want here is, I don't want these hard edges, so I put this Varinoe fracture in a null object, so it's Alt G, and under the null object I give a bevel deformer, Shift, and my bevel deformer is by default, here is use angled on and at 40%, so you see I have just a bevel on the edges here. If you don't have this use angle, you would have bevels everywhere. So I go to use angle, this is nice. Okay, how does this look at the moment? Let's see. It's nice, okay, and let's see how it looks with global illumination. Okay, we have no texture on it now, so this is okay. Let's work for the moment without global illumination. We don't need it here really. Let's make a texture for our, because this is just from the Varinoe fracture. This you can deactivate it somewhere that we don't see these colors, but the colorized fragments. Yeah, this would, so it would be like this. Okay, I make for our Varinoe fracture, I make a new material, and I use the variation shader. Effects, variation shader, and put it on our fracture object. What we get is something like this. Okay. Good variation, but I want my colors, not just random colors. I want colors from the gradient, and I will take here my load preset, and I have here my Rastafari. And you won't see it now because we have to do something here. In the random color, I go to, no, I don't want random colors. I want my thing here, and so I go to my, make this smaller, go to my gradient blend here, okay, and go up with the gradient blend. Yes, and I don't want the normal, I want to replace it. And now I have just the colors in this gradient, you see. And if I say I don't want these orangey colors between and something else, just go to the gradient, go from smooth nodes to none, And now I can play with just these three colors. I get just red, yellow and green, you see? And if you say I want a little more yellow, a little more green, just make this what you want to see more, make this a little bigger, and you have more of this. Okay, this is the first thing. We have now our variation shader. Then let's go to the reflectance and give it a little reflectance. Let's see here, dielectric. Okay, looks nice, but I want here some subsurface scattering effect. Not really subsurface scattering effect. I use for this the new R18 ambient occlusion. So I put this in a layer. Make a new shader, effects, ambient occlusion, and this should give me ambient occlusion, of course. But I want the inverted direction, so it's darker. You will see what I mean. And now I have already something like a subsurface scattering effect here. In the middle it's brighter and so, and okay, and if I go now to here and go to multiply, I get something like this, and this is okay for me. Let's play here. Let's see how it looks with the global illumination. Okay, so far we can do here some things to make this everything a little brighter, of course. Let's first try it without the global illumination, because just it works faster. What we could do is, first thing, we could copy our shader here and put it in the luminance channel. Go here to multiply and go up with the brightness. And you see we are brighter now. Or we stay with the color channel, go to our rig and turn on the fill light. What does nothing? Why does it nothing? Did I miss something? Oops. Ah, it works, of course it works. Now we see that it works. Was just to less. Okay, and this is too much. Okay, and if I see here, try it without ambient occlusion here. And now we get this nice effect here with the let's see what we can do here. I go to the color channel, to the ambient occlusion, and if I say it's too much here, so you can go down here with the ambient occlusion, with this effect. But this was too much. Or you can go down in the ambient occlusion, you can go down with the contrast. Let's say to -50. See, that works too. Or you just make the black a little brighter. That works. This seems to look fine. Yeah, this is quite nice. Okay, I can of course here do the same here. Make it here a little brighter too. So. Okay, let's say I'm satisfied with this. I don't want to work too much with this. And now let's do this like this and make our wet floor now. You see how fast we get a wet floor now. Just go to this. Reflection strength, reflection blur up, wetness on. And we get something really nice. We have a wonderful wet floor here with a wonderful everything, with great reflections here. And of course we can now go back and let's fold this. Okay, this is a little slow now. I forgot to disable the bevel deformer, so it calculates every time the bevel, but it doesn't matter for now. Let's say we are happy with this. Let's see what we get here. And we have immediately a great render. This could be an everyday render. This rendered out with high settings, little playing with the filters in Photoshop, and you have a great picture. Okay, this is it for now, more than less. Yeah, so let's see what we have. We have now, what's new? We have the delete rig script, we have the delete softbox script. Next we have gamma, additional gamma settings here, because sometimes the people wrote me they are right. So some HDRIs are very bright, so very and looks like a little washed out and something else. And this you can now turn if you want to see them in the background, the HDRIs, and you make scene by camera on. You can now here with the gamma you can correct this nice. You can try it with the contrast and everything else too, but sometimes it works best with the gamma, and we have it now, so why not? Here the biggest thing is the wet floor. With we can turn the bump on too. Let's see how it looks then. With the bump, look at this. This looks great. I'm really happy with this. Okay, we have the wet floor. We have collision now. We can make a collider out of this. We have crosshairs in the camera. We have the turbulence for the gradient works now on the floor too. Yeah, I fixed this small octane problem in the softbox, and yeah, that's it for now, I think. The next thing is maybe this will make some Octane people happy. I work on the same rig like this one for Octane too, but this is much more work than I thought, because it's not so easy in Octane to make this. And it's still, if I have something to render with or to make something with displacement, I still use the physical render because it works much better for me, the physical render. I'm not really happy in Octane with the displacement and something. Of course I have to learn. I have it now since, don't know, 2-3 months. and I still and I don't use it so often now because it crashes and crashes and crashes to the ground. But don't misunderstand me. I love Octane. It's great. Let's wait for the next update. Yes, and yeah, there will come an Octane version for this too, but I don't know when. Can't promise it. What's to say more? Yeah, you will find every link you need. You will find in the description. Every plugin, everything. Um, if you will find the link to buy the rig, of course, you will find in the description too, and it's costs still only €10. And if you think €10 is not enough, I would be happy and I would appreciate it if you donate. I yeah, I can't say it often enough. Please donate, uh, because it's a lot of work and yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay, yeah, that's it for now. Yeah, next tutorial will come soon. I hope I can make one this weekend. Yeah, and as I said, please write me if you have tutorial wishes or suggestions or whatever. Please write me because as I said in the last tutorial, I deleted my to-do list and I'm so clever and make every time shift delete on the PC, and shift delete means no trash can between, so just delete it. And what's next? Yeah, that's it for the moment. I wish you a nice Saturday and wish you a nice weekend, of course. And yeah, so what I can say is see you hopefully in the next tutorial, and yeah, tschüss und baba.